So what you're hearing in the background here is their noise harassment slash radio frequency harassment, but it's being done in radio frequencies in megahertz range. They're probably using gigahertz range because they can Wi-Fi jam pretty easily. But the megahertz range is what's going to cause the majority of the nerve cell response, and the kilohertz range. Because last night slash this morning, I was getting pulse in the head, communicated with, and it was being done in the kilohertz band, which would be nerve cell response as well, especially when they're pulsing it using modern transmission methods, so they don't need a ridiculously long antenna to transmit at that range. So I'm quite certain that they're using megahertz and kilohertz. You see this megahertz activity here, it's a millivolt, and that's a narrow band, it's pulsing, frequency hopping, so that's definitely their activity. I'm going to switch over into the radio side of this, and I'm going to receive at 90 because that's what we're picking up. So that's going to be them. So you see that pulse frequency hopping modulation? Look at it. So here's proof, yet again, that I'm being irradiated and communicated to. And now this is 90 megahertz that they're using. So this is pulse frequency hopping modulation. In ultra short band it sounds like this. In narrow band FM, it sounds like this. You just gotta put the speech filter on. Once again, that's hidden Frey effect and pulse frequency hopping modulation. Now let me go to amplitude modulation, and again we see the same activity. It's pulse frequency hopping modulation. And you hear how different it sounds in amplitude modulation, because that's one of the styles of modulation that they're using. And it does just a little bit better sometimes than in FM. So here's their activity. That's them talking right there. And let me put this on speech and dial this back. There's a constant stream of whispering. There it is right there. And what they do when I've got my filters on like this is they start to then transmit where my filters are. So then I have to scale my filters back. Now let's go to wideband FM, WFM, and move these filters back. And then that's coming in real clear. that's the communication for sure, for sure. And this is the same beam of electrons that's hitting my body, hitting my home here at a dangerous level, at a millivolt, in pulse frequency hopping modulation. That is carcinogenic because I'm being bombarded, what Dr. James C. Lynn said, an expert on this topic. John Patterson said that this is dangerous and it's causing my diarrhea, my sleep problems, it's causing my blurring of vision, it's causing my vomiting in the mornings, it's caused all my health problems. So this radio frequency is being used deliberately as a weapon. I've reported this to the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. This is their jurisdiction. They did nothing. They told me that they don't have to respond to individual complaints. When I explained to them in 200 emails how dangerous this is, and then I just stopped, and then I started reporting it all to the FBI. Now, the FBI didn't even want to hear about how the FCC is not doing their job when this is their jurisdiction. They don't want to hear about any of this because they hung up within one sentence of calling them 3 different times. Check the tapes, buddy, because it happened. The NSA could pull that shit too. I'm not lying. And why would I lie about this then? Why would my tiny essay lie about this, guys? It can't lie. This is an unbiased piece of scientific spectrum analysis equipment. And then what the fuck is that? That's constant communication happening in the Frey Effect and clicks and pulses. And you can even hear a female tone in that if you pay close enough attention. And I bet Robert Lackey doesn't even want to comment on this one. And I bet Robert Lackey wants to make a sock puppet account and not put their real name on it because you act like Robert Lackey's act. You know, if I was the person using Robert Lackey's account, I sure as fuck wouldn't put my real name on it.